So we haven't been at the station lately due to obvious circumstances, but that's perfectly all right as we're expanding our community outreach through all sorts of new and exciting media channels like this server. That said, I've got a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. There's an awful lot of doubt going around, and so let our study begin as any study begins, with doubt. Let that doubt be our teacher, and let it guide our narrative. A lot of questions have come up in the past year about the direction our country is headed in. A lot of folks are worried that their purpose, their faith, or even that their morals in general have rendered them a convenient cog in some shadowy, oligarchic elitist machine. Is the only difference from my childhood to my adult life some big self-prophesized catharsis? Well, my friends, that is simply not the case, and at the risk of being deemed a de-stimulant, I would assert that this very suspicion proves otherwise. Besides, you have to stop and ask yourself once in a while how much of this ties back to the ideas of social theodicy, meaning the ultimate justification for evil in the universe, and how much of it is just all this technology screwing with us. I would while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. In my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching, if I only had a brain. So I was listening to an older transmission from the West Coast. They were drawing comparisons between Dark Side of the Moon and The Wizard of Oz. They had Wayne Coyne on, and he was viewing a literal comparison through the eyes of the Scarecrow. Now, I've always found the Scarecrow to be the brightest character, one of the happiest, most useful in the story, actually, and yet always in search of a brain. He thinks that a brain, or obtaining this higher understanding, this higher level of enlightenment, will bring some sort of inevitable goodness. However, in our context, in the real world, what happens is he goes insane. That doesn't fit into the whole Wizard of Oz thing that they were doing. Necessarily. Remember when you were young, you shone like the sun. Shine on, you crazy diamond. Now there's a look in your eyes like black holes in the sky. Shine on, you crazy diamond. You were caught in the crossfire, a childhood of stardom, blown on the steel breeze. Come on, you target for faraway laughter. Come on, you stranger, you legend, you martyr and shine. So what happens once we find this brain? We find some sense of individualism that only leads to question upon question. We find a loneliness in it, in ourselves. And we look at ourselves, and we use that brain to hopefully find something a little more optimistic.